when you are restarting your life in your 30s. There are a few things you need to keep in mind. Those same rules apply if you're starting in your late 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s, but I am talking about my own personal experience, so let's just say in your 30s. The main thing you need to realize is time is not on your side. Please don't buy in the copes like, oh, Ray Kroc started McDonald's when he was 56. It doesn't matter. Well, first of all, if you start something at 56 instead of 36, guess what? You lost 20 years on enjoying what you have built. So it's kind of pointless. Well, it's not pointless, but it's pointless because we want to restart right now. So please forget all of those scopes, all of the feel better phraseology you see plastered all over Instagram and Facebook. Just forget all that. It doesn't matter. Realize time is not on your side, period. Up next, you need to do an honest audit of what you have done before, which led you to your current situation. That's not to punish yourself, even though feel free to do it if you really want to, but to take an honest look at what are specific things you were lacking, which led you to your current situation, and which mistakes you made, to make sure you can get those skills and avoid those mistakes. Let me give you a specific example. Let's just say you didn't get your money right, and it means you need to see, okay, what I did. Okay, I didn't have a specific skill. What types of skill can I get? What can get me there? What's the realistic timeline? Etc., etc., etc. Same goes for some sort of romantic endeavors. If you weren't able to attract a person you want to be around, you need to take an honest assessment. What happened? Was it your lack of social skills? Was it your lack of communication skills? Was it something related to your appearance? What was it? Maybe it was your location. That's possible too. But you need to be honest. Take an honest audit and see what you can fix to change your situation. Another important thing is your timeline must be realistic, because the difference between people in their 30s and people in their 20s got more time, which means they can test more things and see more what works, what doesn't. Simple example, if your plan is go back to school, get a law degree, and then go get you pass your bar, and then hopefully become a lawyer, frankly, it's a garbage plan. It's a garbage plan simply because it will take you a ton of time to get through all of that. It will cost you money. And in the end, you might have a typical result of a typical college university graduate. You don't even care about what you're doing anymore. That's not going to work like this. The better example, let's just say you are interested in cybersecurity, and going and getting a degree in cybersecurity is a garbage plan. The good plan is you go and pay whooping $12 to $15 for a try hack me or hack the box. You play in those labs, and in a few weeks, you will know for a fact if cybersecurity is something you want to do or not. If that's something you want to do, then you do a deep research and see, okay, how can I get there without a degree? Is it a specific certificate? Which certificate? Which ones are more sought after? Which one, how much would it cost? How much time would it actually take me? And with that, you make a plan which you can execute as soon as possible. You can test, and if for whatever reason that's a bad plan, or it's something you don't like to do, you can drop it and try something else. Speed and efficiency, because again, time is not on your side. Once you make a plan, you need to make sure it's actionable as soon as possible. And while you cannot necessarily plan each and every step of the way, you must see the actual end goal. And you must understand what you can do right now. Something actionable, something doesn't cost you a ton of money, and something you can do ideally today. Again, my example with trying cybersecurity learning platforms to see if that's something you would like to do. You can do it right now. You can start playing with it. And you can say, okay, this is something I want to do. You also must write down some parody of a final goal. What is that you want to do? Because again, it's impossible to know exactly for sure. But if you write it down, you will have some parody of a plan. You can change that. You can change that, but in the end, you need to say, okay, that's my final destination. What do I have to do in order to actually get there? And you must get your priorities right and see how realistic it is. Because again, if you are stuck somewhere, you're living in a place you don't like, if you're surrounded by people you don't like, you are doing a job you don't like, see, okay, so what's the most likely thing I can do? See, I don't like saying realistic, because realistic is, many people take it as, oh, you just don't want me to aspire for higher. I do want you to aspire for higher, but I also want you to measure what is possible, what is not. Because if you're 5'7" at and 35, I don't want you to aim for becoming a star of basketball. That's just not realistic. But at the same time, if you want to be more flexible with your time, if you want to move to a specific place, if you want to have time freedom, have more money, have flexibility, you need to draw that picture and narrow down what is that specifically will more likely take you there. That's a very generic description, because again, I didn't give you specifics. But the thing is, you as a person, you have your own specific desires, you have your own specific goals. I cannot tell you what is that to do exactly, at least not in that format. If you do want some tailored help to make sure you speed up the process of restarting your life, you can book a free 30-minute clarity call where I will do my best to point you in the right direction so you can actually restart your life faster and more efficiently. And if you have any specific questions, or you want me to expand on a specific topic related to restarting your life in your 30s, drop me a comment and let me see what I can do for you. Talk soon.